Why do we get more emotional when we're experiencing a setback? This is a question that someone asked, and it's a really important and great question, and it's a common question. So I want to share 4 strategies on how to freak out less, how to navigate those emotions, and I'll end with a short guided relaxation to help you respond in ways to help you come out of the setback more quickly. Sorry if that's your experience. That was my experience when I had ME, CFS and fibromyalgia. So if you've got those conditions, long COVID and related conditions, keep watching. So my name is Simon Pimenta. I had ME, CFS and fibromyalgia for 8-9 years. I tried lots of things, and what really helped was mind, body and practical approaches. I went from not being able to walk for 1 minute at times to being able to work again and live my life. Now I create lots of content to help you move towards your health goals. So do subscribe, hit the notification button, and you'll be notified when I release a new video. And do leave a comment, it helps other people find the video. Do share if you find it helpful. So let's get into this question. Why do we get more emotional when we experience a setback? It touches on our humanity and how closely our emotions are connected to our nervous system and overall body state, especially with conditions like MECS, long COVID, etc. So let's start by exploring what might be going on when you're experiencing a setback. First of all, you're experiencing nervous system overload. People with ME, CFS and long COVID often live with a highly sensitized nervous system, which is working harder than a normal healthy person to maintain balance. So during a setback, your body can go into a kind of emergency state, either sympathetic nervous system activation, fight, flight, or parasympathetic shutdown, freeze. Both states can make emotions feel more intense, overwhelming and less easy to regulate. The second thing is that energy depletion affects emotional regulation. Regulating your emotions requires brain energy, and your brain uses up huge amounts of energy. So the prefrontal cortex is the part of the brain that helps you respond in resourceful ways to challenging situations, helps you stay clear-headed, grounded and solution-oriented. When we're stressed, our thinking shifts from that clever creative thinking to reactive thinking. The prefrontal cortex is less active and the more primitive part of the brain is more active. So when you're experiencing a setback, that limited energy is often diverted to keep your body functioning, leaving fewer resources for that emotional processing and regulation. This can lead to more emotions, tears, irritability, vulnerability. Now, this shift to being reactive will help you survive, or your ancestors survive, for example, if they were faced by a life-threatening situation, perhaps a hungry saber-toothed tiger approaching them. This wouldn't be a good time to reflect deeply on the situation, choosing your options. You want to react quickly. They would want to react quickly. Holy crap, there's a hungry tiger that wants to eat me. I better run. So they'd say something like that. Hence, when we're stressed, we tend to be reactive and emotional and say and do things that we might later regret. The third thing is that the physical discomfort triggers emotional pain. So pain, fatigue, brain fog, they're not just physical experiences. They're experiences that we interpret on an emotional level. So when you feel like your body's not working properly, it's completely natural to feel frustrated, scared or hopeless. Your emotional system is responding to very real physical signals. So this is an example of your body being in a state of physical stress affecting the mind. And our mind can also affect the body. Our thinking can activate the stress response. So now this creates a loop. We're experiencing physical sensations. This affects our mind. Our mind now responds in that reactive way. We're more emotive, and that affects the body. It ramps up the stress. There is some good news coming soon. Okay. The fourth thing is the resulting isolation and loss. Maybe we feel a loss of control. We have to cancel plans, so we're losing our independence. Might even affect our identity, our sense of self. So these emotions can bubble up especially strongly during a setback, when you're forced to rest or cancel something you wanted to do. So it's not just about the body, it's about your perception of your life as well. The fifth thing is that this can result in shame and self-blame. We live in a culture that often encourages productivity, independence. So if you experience a setback, you may generate feelings of shame and self-blame, being hard on yourself, and that can create more pressure. The sixth thing is our perceptions lead to emotional pain. Perceptions, the way we think about things, can make us more emotional. So you might be hard on yourself, you might be saying, oh, I haven't managed things well and now I'm suffering for it. So you might feel like you're not enough, even though you're doing your best. Having a health challenge like ME, CFS, fibromyalgia would challenge the most robust person. So the seventh thing is it affects the way you think and talk. Consider the language that you're using. If you say things like, I'm experiencing a crash or a relapse, that's very emotive language. Implied in that is perhaps a prediction that it's going to take a long time to recover from this. Subconsciously or consciously, we can be making negative predictions. I'm never going to get well. I keep overdoing it. I'll never learn. Okay, this is going to make us feel more stressed and emotional. So I want to share 4 strategies. The first is that we have the gift of awareness. It's what I call supervision. We have the capacity to spot patterns. We have the capacity for self-reflection. So I might notice the pattern. When I get strong sensations, I tend to be reactive. I tend to use very emotive language. I tend to catastrophize. So that ability to spot patterns is a powerful asset. Because when we realise that the primitive brain is taking the wheel, we don't have to judge ourselves. We can become aware of our responses. We can become aware of the sensations we're experiencing. And I use the word sensations rather than symptoms because the word sensations is less emotive. We can become aware of our emotions. How am I responding to my emotions? Do I resist them or allow them? Resistance just creates more stress. And stress slows down recovery. It keeps us sick. Stress also makes it more likely that people develop conditions. So the second thing is to allow emotions. When I work with people, I teach them a method called the See It method, spelled SEEIT. And this is a way of learning to connect to that wise part of you, okay, that is like the blue sky, that part of you that has shown up many times in your life when you've just responded to challenging situations in resourceful ways. And that part of you can take care of the part of you that generates fear. So by doing this, by allowing our emotions, by processing our emotions, this can help us feel safe. It can help us release those emotions and to feel more regulated. And that can help you recover more quickly. So the third thing is we need to shift our language. So we can replace the emotive language with more objective language. So instead of saying, I'm experiencing a crash or a relapse, we could say, I'm experiencing a setback, an adjustment period, a recalibration. This is feedback. It's useful information. Instead of saying symptoms, we can say, I'm experiencing strong sensations. The fourth thing is to shift your internal dialogue. You can change the way you think about symptoms. You can say, my brain wants to protect me. Perhaps I'm feeling some overwhelm. Actually, I am safe. There's no tiger in the room. This is an exercise I get clients to do, to look around the room and just check, is there a threat in this moment? Okay. You can ask, what will help me feel safe or soothed right now? You can remind yourself that my body is doing its best to protect me. As I said before, these sensations are useful feedback. You can say to yourself, my emotional brain is sending signals which need to be heard, accepted, deciphered, so I can make sense of them and explore what action I can take to meet my needs. You can say to yourself, instead of all that alarmist internal dialogue, I will get better. And you can look for the evidence of when you have made progress. To conclude, it's possible to navigate these strong sensations in a different, more useful way. So I want to end with a 6-step guided relaxation called being present and held. So first of all, find a comfortable position. You can sit or lie down, whatever feels right for you. And you can close your eyes, obviously only closing your eyes if it's safe to do so. Let your body soften and be supported. You can allow your shoulders to drop. Just ensure you're in a comfortable position. Step 2 is to just feel the contact points. Just bring your awareness to where your body touches the surfaces beneath you, whether it's the chair or whatever you're lying on. Just feel that contact. Just quietly say in your mind, this is my body. Right now, I can cultivate presence. So the third thing is to focus on your breath. Notice your breath without changing it. Just notice the in-breath, the out-breath. Just follow its natural rhythm, like a wave. If focusing on your breath doesn't feel right for you right now, you can just focus on a part of your body that feels good. Or even notice a sound, whether it's a soft hum, distant noises, or even silence. Step 4 is to just place a hand where it feels soothing. You could place both hands on your chest, or one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. You might put your hands on your face, whatever feels most comfortable. Or you might give yourself a hug. And let that just be a signal of self-care. Quietly say to yourself, at the moment, this is challenging, and I am here for myself. Step 5 is just to give yourself some compassion. So you might just repeat a phrase like, I can be kind to myself in this moment. I'm doing the best I can. I am worthy of love and care. And you might just say that to yourself 3, 5, 10 times. Step 6 is just to rest in the quiet for a few moments. Just let this practice settle. There's nothing for you to fix or achieve right now. You can just allow yourself to be here, to be present, held in this moment. So if you like, you can just carry on resting. with your eyes closed, or you can open them when you're ready. So I've shared a lot of tips there. Changing the way we think about sensations is a big topic. If you'd like to learn strategies to help you feel more confident, more in charge and optimistic about your potential for making improvements towards health and recovery, I am going to be doing a 12-week Building Resilience course soon. If you'd like details, comment 12 below and I'll send you details. As I say, do subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want more content. Join my Facebook group for Resilience Builders, link below. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram where I post. If you've got any questions, get in touch. Dare to dream big dreams. Keep going. You've got this. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.